Thank you for joining me for this week's episode of the Chewsday Special Podcast, episode 46 to be exact. And my guest today is one of my very dear friends, a gentleman by the name of Joel Reyes. And we have a very fun yet very real conversation about everything that's going on in America today. And I thought about planning out this big dialogue for the opening of the podcast, but that's just not me. I've always been one that's been taught to make a statement and then follow through on the words of your statement. In essence, talk the talk and then walk the walk. So I just want to say this about everything that's going on. I hurt with you. I stand beside you. I will fight for you. And I love every single one of you. Black lives do matter, and all of us together can save black lives. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the podcast. I love every single one of you. Are there women's golf clubs?
Yeah, that's what's so funny. Like that's like MILF.
Yes, I was about to say, somebody branded that.
Hell yeah, for 40 plus.
Oh my god, dude! I came up with this concept of 5 for 5. Mm-hmm. So like home workouts.
Oh, I thought you were talking like because 5 for 5 is an Arby's deal.
Is it?
Well, 5 Arby's regular Arby's sandwiches.
Dude, I go Arby's number 5. Which is just coincidence. Number 5 combo chicken.
I'll take 5.
It's like a Swiss chicken sandwich. Have you ever had this?
Swiss cheese and me aren't the best.
Swiss chicken sandwich is delicious, and Arby's curly fries are the best.
They're good. You can buy them at the store.
You can buy Arby's curly fries at the store.
Mm-hmm.
In the food line? Food line?
Frozen.
The fuck?
Yep. You could dip your own dippers. I think it's a. I don't know. Do you like the curl?
I do.
Do you feel like you get more potato or less potato?
I feel like it's more natural potato.
I think like if you've cut a potato and it just curled up, just nature. I mean, just like.
Well, have you ever had? Where was it? I feel for some reason this place
like
called
chips, like ribbons.
Yeah, Liberty Steakhouse.
Yeah.
In Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
Used to have like the ribbon, like they called them potato.
Yeah,
chips,
I've seen those are cool.
But like you pull them up and it's like a slinky.
These are like shoestrings, so these are thick.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know how would you make that? Do you know?
I can't. In a tube?
In a tube.
Like you tube it, like tube that potato into this. Like how could you? I mean, or maybe you'd have to probably, it seems like you'd have to use like one whole potato per.
Oh, I would assume
fry. So. I mean, that's insane. I mean, that's a lot of, that's like you would go through, let's say it's one potato per curly fry. You're wasting potato.
No, yeah, there's no way.
But
I wonder what the curly fry to potato ratio is.
Potato to what?
Like curly fry to how many
much
curly fries do you get out of a potato?
How much potatoes in a curly fry? Like in proportion, because a stick shoestring regular fry is just what it is. Like it's that little piece.
Chop.
This is perplexed. They're like, nobody's ever gonna know how much curl.
So it has to take more potato for the curl to keep the length of a fry.
And you have to tube it or something because it's too thick.
Yeah.
Like chicken nuggets, they don't naturally come in nugget form, right? So you tube it.
Hold on. What is tubing?
You know that pink
goo.
Like
you push it through?
Pink goo, no, like whatever it is, like the toothpaste for the nugget.
Yeah.
The nugget paste, right?
Fill it? Or they combine everything up, then they squeeze it out of the tube to fill it, to make the shape.
Yeah, it makes the shape, and then you bread it and
Is this McDonald's thing?
Yep.
Oh.
That's what those documentaries were about.
What's the best documentary you've seen lately?
Lately? The Michael Jordan one.
Oh, dude. Have you seen Lance part 1?
I have not. I'm not a cyclist guy.
I'm not either, but it's still good.
That was the argument.
I didn't realize how crazy his cancer was.
Yeah. I mean, did you realize how many people were using steroids in that?
Oh, everybody.
It's insane. And they know they're going to die. Like they know stuff's coming. They're like, we got to do it while you can.
Yeah.
And then it's like, get in, get out.
That's it. It's crazy because when you heard about, like, I'm not a cyclist person either, but when you heard about all that when it took place, like when he admitted to it, like 2013,
Yep.
and all the news came out, and everybody's like, he's such a cheater, he's such a cheater, he's just such a cheater. That documentary shows that like everyone.
So he just got caught. That was basically.
Well, he never got
now-
caught. He just admitted to it.
Yeah,
Because everybody else had said, yeah, we did it because that's what you had to do to compete with the best. So it's either. So what happens if you're put in a sport that's your profession, and if you don't take illegal substances, you're just going to be a mediocre athlete.
I think you should have.
But if
steroids.
everybody, and you know that the people that are excelling and being winning championships, and being the best, are using.
I think you should.
I think everybody would.
You should be able to have performance enhancing.
Yes.
Some stuff.
Yeah.
Because all it does is enhance your abilities.
It just makes it can make the reason this has always been my argument. The reason that athletic commissions don't want it is because it can make super athletes out of normal people.
I mean, is that not like the freak show you want to watch?
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, don't you want to see the guy that can kick it 85 yards?
You can't, even though the UFC says they test for steroids, you can't tell me some of those guys aren't on steroids.
Oh yeah. I mean, they get busted.
Alistair Overeem.
Yeah.
Well, he's
big
toned
boy.
down. He's toned down.
He throws.
But dude,
he throws
when
like
he fought Lesnar,
hay bales. He's that kind of big.
You
boy.
know Brendan Schaub.
Yeah.
Like I listen to his, and he's got this saying "juicy." He's juicy.
Is he?
Oh no! Like that's his saying.
Oh, okay.
For people that he thinks are roided up, so I'm gonna start using them. I'm gonna steal that, but I have to give credit where credit is due.
You could just say something, but I think
juicy.
But I think if you say it to a roid guy, he'll know you're saying he's on roids.
Oh yeah,
he'll be like, "Well, screw you, bro."
But do people still get upset if you say you think they're on roids?
I think so.
Most people I know now are like, well,
you're just like,
I want
hey.
like DECA and this
just
and
call
that,
those.
and you're just like, oh well, you need to like why? Like,
You ever
I started my cycle like last week. Like we're in the middle of a pandemic with no gyms open. Why would you start a cycle?
Bad timing.
Yeah, bad timing.
You can't just quit in the middle of it.
That's just like
it's work though, man, to do it safely.
That's just like there's a guy here. Let's cover the mics because I don't want to say his name on the air. Chris Hayes. You know what I'm talking about? Dude, did you know about him? Like he was making his own steroids?
Whoa.
If you saw him like 3 years out of high school, he was jacked. Like ripped jacked and never lifted a weight
That's funny.
in his life. Was making his own steroids. That's what I heard. Like
Man,
I grew up with him. He lived right up the street from me.
You gotta respect the game.
Yeah.
Like,
he's in federal prison now.
You did it. Like you did it.
Federal prison.
What do you do though? How do you make your own steroids?
I don't know. I have no like. Do you have to find gorilla cum? Isn't that what it's made out of? Like
I would hope.
gorilla semen?
I mean, if that's the case, I'm getting a pet, and I will
you ever taken
harvest it
steroids?
myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
I feel like what'd you take?
I took testosterone, which was very odd because putting a needle in your butt is very weird.
It's not as bad as you think it is, but it's
No, it's
weird.
not. It's just, but like, so if you do it slow, you can see the skin go, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a really,
I never pay attention to that.
It's the worst. Well, I did because I'm like, no, oh God, like the worst. But I was like 23, maybe. That's the only time I did it when I was younger. And then I was taking Winstrol at the same time.
I did. Oh, so you did the same. I did
Yeah,
test and
test and Winstrol. And I tell you what, I never been stronger, bigger, but I had heads for shoulders. You know what I mean? Like the shampoo.
Yeah.
Head and shoulders. Heads for shoulders. For sure.
I feel like my biggest thing that I tell people is I would work out, and I'd feel like I could work out like 10 more times.
Oh yeah, dude!
I
It
did
never
finish
stops.
up like an intense, crazy workout.
It never stops.
I've never been one for cardio, and I'm still not, and I've never been, never will be. It's just not something I was blessed with. And I would run like on a treadmill for 45 minutes straight, and at the end of it,
run some more.
and at the end of it, I'd be like, I could go another hour.
Let's go.
It's ridiculous.
That was my bench. My bench was through the roof. It was
never had a
serious.
bench.
It was like I was working out with 350.
Yeah.
It's just one day overnight. You just like zoom.
Have you ever tried to give blood since then?
No,
You can't.
it's my blood.
You can't.
I'm not a blood giver.
You're not. I like.
Nah.
I remember one time I went. There was a blood drive at the hospital, and I went down there, and they had this questionnaire, and I was just filling it out, and it said, "Have you ever taken like anabolic steroids?"
yeah.
And I said yes, and they said, "How long ago?" And I still was like, at that point in time, it was like 6 or 7 years ago, and they came back and they're like, "Yeah, you're banned for life because you took steroids."
Nice. Thank God.
I was like, was that not the blood you'd want?
I mean, on my end, I just have this idea of some vampires running this shit, and they're in the back end. They're just like, yes, yes. Like that's the idea I get. Because it's so odd.
Yeah.
Like plasma donation's even weird.
Well, it's not odd for me.
Well, plasma donation's
donation is
out,
weird.
And they put the other stuff back in you.
Yeah.
Like that's weird.
Yeah. That's like,
give me your essence. Like your essence. Did you watch it?
That's got to be like some what's the stuff they call stem cell?
Yeah.
Stuff like they need that for some kind of
the clear stuff.
They're like, listen, we pay these people that really need money.
They pay them, yeah,
a little bit amount,
and it's
like $50.
It's consistent,
yeah.
Like same people all the time.
Yeah,
they're always near gyms.
Oh, yes,
they're always there.
There's
that
one right beside the Planet Fitness
right
in Concord.
Yep,
Kannapolis.
And you get they get people like, oh, your first time you get $75 because you got that fresh platelets, or whatever it is.
God.
Give it to me. Why? I mean, and they just give you the leftovers back. That's so weird.
Crazy.
The idea is, it's just like,
and it hurts, don't it? Does it hurt when you get it done?
No, I don't do it. I mean, even if I had never done steroids,
what's weirder?
I've done steroids.
That or like a semen bank?
I mean, semen banks are normal. I feel like I waste a lot. Why not put it to use? I mean, I could father. I mean, I could father hundreds of kids.
You already have.
Yes, for sure. Based upon
somebody, who was I talking to?
I don't think they're weird. I think is weird is that when you have a book and you're a girl or a couple,
you can look
you're
through.
like, oh God, like
you're
being judged.
They take
100%.
like a picture of you.
Yeah, I think so.
And put it in a book.
And it's got like your IQ or whatever, or like things that you want, your job occupation, your bill.
Or does it have just like a description?
Probably just a description.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
I
would offer up my face. I was like, go ahead, yeah.
Put your face with some like,
oh, okay, I want that guy.
Some like fat white guy. Semen.
They have to have that. I mean, somebody wants that.
Oh, that's so. I don't know.
Do you find it weird, like donating your sperm?
Yes.
Is it?
I find it weird because you can, for a small amount of money, I assume a small amount of money, compared to the responsibility that comes.
Yeah.
But like you can just shoot it into like a jar.
Yep.
And father a kid like 12 years later.
They freeze it first.
Yeah.
They got to cold it up. Cold
as ice. So anybody can just come and be like, I want this guy's semen.
I don't think that's that bad. I think that it's kind of, I mean.
You did, okay.
I think knowing that I could be
follow up question to that. Do you think a majority of the patients at a semen bank are lesbian couples?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I mean, that would make sense. That would make the most sense because, like, once again, if you're like if you're a lesbian and you want to have a lesbian relationship, lesbian marriage, let them go.
But there's a way that you can make a baby using 3 people now, so you can use
but you can
cells from both lesbians plus sperm.
Yeah.
So,
but wouldn't it be easier to just go to like a sperm bank and say,
I want this guy?
But then again, what type of people like give their sperm to a sperm bank?
I think that I'm that kind of person that probably would. I haven't.
Would you?
If there was one nearby.
I've never even seen one.
I mean, if you're going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
Might as well donate. If you're going to do it at 10 at night, you might as well just go do it at 3.
I wonder if they just give you a cup and say, go take it home, bring it back. Like
what if you do in there and it's just not a lot and they're just like, wow, that's
pathetic.
No thanks. Yeah.
Like, how
give
weird,
me another try.
Like, how weird is it for them to give you like a Playboy and just say, go in this room?
I mean, many of hands.
And you're like, well, who was in this room before me?
Well, many, as the coach would say, dick beaters, holding that magazine.
Yeah, it's like, or they have a VHS videotape of like 80s porn.
You know that place in town, that little porn shop, the
J&J's?
newsstand?
JJ's?
Yeah, it's got those like rooms in there. It's open. Like that's essential.
Yeah,
I mean that's essential.
Of course it is.
You got to have a beat booth. It's
a beat booth
for blaster practice.
I assume any single male's bathroom is a beat booth. Of course, I guess if you're single and you live alone, you can just do it wherever you want to. Yeah.
I want my dog to see. Close your eyes. Lord. Dogs sit there and lick their wings.
It's been so long since I've been single.
What is that?
I don't know. I know you don't know.
I think I was born in a relationship. You'll be with her. It's tough.
I didn't think we were going to be talking about sperm banks here.
You took us there.
I did.
I was swimming.
I
in
just
the
go with the
ocean,
flow. Yes, you were.
and you just
Like
said,
everybody else said that sperm bank.
"Come on over." Yeah.
What? So what? What's this quarantine been like for you?
It's been different.
It's been a lot of family time at home, stuck in the house.
Yeah, a lot of weight gain.
A lot of weight gain.
It's something that I knew was going to happen, but something that I'd hoped wouldn't happen.
Are you right now? Are you at the heaviest you've ever been?
Absolutely not.
I am.
God, I have been way fatter in my time.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I take. I'm lucky that man beard makeup
Yes.
saves the day.
The Crystal, our makeup girl.
You know, I can't
here at Chewsday Special hooked you up.
But it's been cool. It's been cool.
Well, I find it. I have more respect for people that go through like a stage in their life where they gain a bunch of weight and then trim back down.
You gotta go down.
Yeah,
You know?
but I feel like you have to gain that weight to get if you want the muscle body.
Yeah.
Unless you're just genetically gifted, which none of us are.
Right.
In that realm of the world.
I know.
Maybe Nick.
That's late onset life.
Yeah, like Nick's
Nick
military career.
Nick finished playing sports, and then his body said, "Oh, time to get buff."
Oh yeah. Oh, you want to do pull-ups at the army base?
Yeah.
Go.
No. It's
I wish we had a picture.
I just don't want
Picture
titties.
in picture. Yeah.
Like titties.
That's where I feel like I am
rough.
now.
Like I'm
It's
scared.
like I've never had a chest,
I stand like this.
but yeah. See, I don't.
I got to because I don't want titties. Like I need to pull it back.
Yeah, like I don't.
I think I would wear a tank top, a really tight tank top, before I had titties. It's a
think so?
scary thought because once you go there, it's hard to get out of there.
Like titties?
Man boobs.
Yeah.
Like the one I've seen. The guys that have cone tits.
Yeah.
Come to
That's
the point.
yeah.
Like the nipples, like at the point.
It's like they had a ball hanging from their nipple for like a year, and you're just like
Weird, like you know how your face, naturally your nipples and belly button make a face.
Yeah,
like they're like this. And you got nipple tits.
It's like that, and I don't want my belly to hang below my shirt.
You know, if you can't see your weenie,
yeah,
that's demoralizing.
I've never had a problem seeing my weenie.
Truth. You know, yours perches right up on your balls.
It does.
You can always see.
It's like a little snake looking up over the berries.
Hey there, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I'm like at a point now where like my belly's getting bigger than it's ever been, and like in t-shirts, I feel like that I have like the used to be in shape boobs.
Yeah, I've been, and the weird thing is about food. It's like. All of a sudden, it tastes better than ever.
Yes.
Like, yes. Like, that sandwich was good, but when I was working out, I was like, I don't need another one. But now I'm like, man, that's so good. I'm going to have another sandwich.
Yeah.
You know, it's
because you feel like because you worked out and you feel like
that you dude.
Yeah.
And it just, I spent too much time doing a whole lot of thinking.
Yeah.
The kids were in school, so I was having to do that too, which it was stressful.
Dude, that homeschool, man.
Stressful.
Dude.
Tough days out there.
Especially like I would work, come home, have to do homeschool, and take care of the little one.
Yeah.
And then Katie would get home, do a little bit more homeschool, then have to do everything else I'm doing, and then go to sleep, then repeat.
You know?
Rinse, repeat.
We looked forward to the lunch meals every day, though.
Oh, they bring y'all lunch meals?
Yeah, at first we weren't doing it. I was like, we don't need it. We got our own food. And then I was like, hell no, yeah, we want that. And then, the best thing is the school burger. You remember those burgers?
Yes.
Pickles?
Yeah.
Yeah. Delicious.
Dude, school burger, school pizza. Little square pizzas.
I'll take the burgers. Soy or not, I'll take the burger.
I feel like our high school had good chicken sandwiches.
We did. And chocolate oatmeal cookies.
Yes.
My fave.
Sugar. I was a sugar cookie kind of guy.
You still are.
Yes.
It's true.
Even though I did eat a chocolate cookie today, chocolate chip cookie today.
I've been doing
Have you done any home workouts?
It's always tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you what, I'm starting Monday. Starting from here on out.
Let me tell you about my yesterday. So, I was like, I've been talking about doing this 5 by 5 workout system that I came up with, which is the most terrible thing ever. You do 5 sets of 25, so 5 exercises, 1 set per exercise.
Without weights or just
without weights?
Oh, body weight. Yeah.
So the first one is 25 push-ups, 25 sit-ups, 25 lunges, 25 body weight squats and 25.
So wouldn't it be 25 by 25?
It would be. I say 5 by 5 because that's what Sai understands.
Because there's 5 rounds.
5 rounds. That's what I should call it, just 5 rounds. Okay, the 5 rounds of hell because after yesterday. So, and then the last one's 25 burpees. So I feel like that's a full body workout. It's quick. You can knock it out, be done with it. I did it yesterday. Was dry heaving in the yard.
Dang, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, with Katie being like, "Are you really dry heaving? Are you? Come on, Patrick, just get up. I know you're faking."
That's when you look at your wife and you go,
"No,
I ate something bad."
Yeah, dude. Like after the second dry heave, I felt like I had to shit.
So rounds
and
from hell.
that's a scary situation.
Yeah,
when you're like, I need to dry heave, so I'll try to feel better. I never threw up. I just dry heaved, but you can feel like your butthole tensing up because you feel it coming. And I'm like, I've never threw up and shit on myself at the same time.
That's a feat that I have not either. I have shit on myself many a time.
Have you? Like just trying to sneak a fart out?
I think
or just waiting too long.
Happen. Like that's a fart. Nope. Or you pop up in your seat and you're driving. You're like, God, I gotta stop at a gas station. Why? We need gas. No, we don't. We got a full tank. Yes, we do. You said it was called 5 rounds of hell. Do you ever think like demons got to be in shape, right? Like.
Yeah, I would assume so.
And angels too. Like, there's got to be a gym.
Like, there can't be fat people in hell.
You can't. You're constantly in the sauna.
Yeah,
you know. But you got to have a weight room too. Like, maybe you only burn 9 to 5, and then afterwards you go home, and you get to work out or whatever. And then tomorrow you got to be back at the lake, the pit of fire. You burn.
Yeah.
5 o'clock. Bang. Whoo, God. Time
Done.
To go home. Go work out. Tomorrow it's every day. There's got to be some relief down there.
I don't know.
Turning hell into jobs. That's. I'm going to start a cult about that. Hell's bad, but only from 9 to 5. It's a 40-hour work week in hell. Yeah, a burn week.
Hence, Earth.
You know, do what you want.
Yeah. That's interesting. Well, would it be the same way in heaven?
Yeah, you got to work. Angels are buff. Right? Angels are pretty tough. Like, you got to be strong. I mean, I would be embarrassed if you go to a battle, like, angels versus demons, and demons are shredded. It's like prisoners, you know, hell's like prison, but prisoners come out ripped.
Yeah, true. Because it's the only thing to do.
Maybe down there, the devil's like, all you get is weights and fire.
I wonder, like, if you were God, would you make yourself buff?
Yeah. Yep.
Like, what if
definitely be vascular?
Like, what if you
gotta have veins?
Like, what if you die? Like, Jesus is real. The whole Christianity is real. You go to heaven and you like get in front of Jesus and you look at him. Are you going to judge him?
I think I'll be like either, wow, way more than I expected, or unbelievable.
But just I don't know.
What if he has horse legs? I mean, that's kind of realistically.
That's a weird like humanizing a situation.
I mean, I guess the whole idea of him being in a human form would be humanizing too. Because what's to say he's not in some different thing that you have no idea. Like maybe he's bred up there.
Like Manitar.
Manitars, right? Maybe he's a motor.
Maybe
half motorcycle. Those commercials, by the way, are brilliant. And I think they're really funny.
Which ones?
The motor ones.
What is it?
Like, it's the guy who's half motorcycle, half man.
I haven't seen him.
He wears like a leather jacket and he'll be just random places. And they're like, do you ever want to just be, you know, like a man or whatever? And he's like, no. You know, he's like, maybe sometimes in the reverse.
Yeah.
Like he'd like to
just be just a motorcycle.
Legs and a motorcycle top. But they're really funny.
Just like, what commercial is it?
Like a Geico.
Oh.
He's a motor. He's like always running around. And
he's like,
the last one, he found other motors and they were like in the desert.
Oh, I have to see these.
And he's just watching. Like,
this is when I wish we had laptops to look them up and laugh.
One. It's a very good one.
Is there anybody better than Geico at making commercials?
No. I'm not really I don't like the girl. The one with the hair. What's her name? You know, she works from. I think it's Geico. Is it Geico or Progressive?
No, that's Progressive. You're talking about Flo.
Flo, yeah. Not a fan of that.
They're kind of getting away from that.
I'm glad.
I feel like who is it that's got the one actor that's like that represents trouble? He was like a big.
Oh,
actor.
The Mayhem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that? It's not State Farm.
I know what you're talking about though. Yeah.
Might be State Farm.
Would you take that role? Like,
Yeah.
We're gonna run you into the ground. Like,
Well,
we're
the
gonna
thing
use
is,
you up until
I heard
nobody wants to see you
on
no
a
more.
podcast. I heard John Reap, the guy from Hickory, the redheaded guy, the comedian.
Yeah.
I heard him talk about being in those Dodge Challenger commercials. I think it's Dodge Challenger. It's a Dodge something. Dodge Ram, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying, like, the amount of money you make if a commercial hits is insane.
See, that's the thing. Would you
And then they'll have you
that?
in. Yes.
Yeah? Like
Yeah.
a one-hit wonder.
Well, the question is, I was listening to a podcast with, you know who Neil Brennan is?
No.
The white guy that created Chappelle Show, or that helped with the
he was one
Chappelle
of the
Show.
writers.
Chappelle.
Yeah.
I was listening to something with him, and he was talking about how, I don't know how this translates to what we were just talking about. He was talking about how no matter what you do, people still will overlook you. Like, no matter, like, how successful you are at something.
Yeah.
So, would you do something to try to continue your success, or if you had success, would you do things to solidify your, like, the amount of money you can make to live out the rest of your life?
Nowadays, I'm looking for as much money as I can because people
Yes.
are so quick to try and destroy people now.
Yes.
Twitter.
True.
And they have so much power.
Yes.
Like, your career can be
Like
here.
like
and you might say something wrong, and then all of a sudden, or you done something like they're trying to get Jimmy Fallon for the when he dressed up as Eddie Murphy or Chris Rock for the blackface thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
Come on. It
Super
was comedy.
funny.
Yeah.
It was SNL. It was nothing like nobody looked at that like, whoa.
Yeah.
But now someone wakes up one morning going, oh my God, some quarantine person's like, hey, let's watch SNL. And they put it in, and this skit comes up, and they're like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Blackface, Jimmy
Yeah.
Fallon. It's probably a white person that's super pissed off about it.
Probably. I don't like this culture is, they call it the cancel culture.
Yeah.
It's
tough.
It's almost like somebody finds joy in ruining another person's life,
They look for it.
which in turn is like insane to me.
The same people that want to
because-
discover you will do the same thing to destroy you. In the
Yeah.
same quickness.
Well, they were talking about Comedy Central executives, how stupid they were and how liberal they were and how not really liberal isn't the right word. They were very liberal, but they were very like bro-ish. So
Certain
like
ones.
they didn't like shows that made them money because apparently all the executives at Comedy Central got fired recently.
Best show they
and-
put out in a long time was Key and Peele.
Yes,
Like
like
one-
I feel like Key and Peele was the savior of that network after Chappelle Show.
It was Chappelle Show on steroids
Yes,
because you had two people,
because you had two black people.
or two half black people.
Oh, they are both.
They're
half
both
black.
mixed.
Well, I think now because you can't say that they weren't the answer to Chappelle leaving.
No, they were
Key and Peele.
No, but they were
But
they were the next
now,
best thing.
like what's crazy about shows where people were discovered is like you see a show and you discover somebody and you're like they're good, but then after that show's over and they do other things, you're like, shit, I didn't know how
Key and
good they
Peele, those
really
dudes are
were.
really successful.
Yes.
But in the instance of like when you think about Comedy Central,
Mm-hmm.
like nobody thinks about Chappelle's Show unless you're our age.
Yeah.
It's Key and Peele. Like
Yeah.
you think, oh, Key and Peele.
Or
Like,
Tosh.0.
yeah, Tosh Point, but he's not hard. But he was on. I thought was he on E? No, that was Joel McHale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tosh.0 just, well, that's one of the examples that Neil Brennan guy said was that like they hated Tosh.0. And you're like, Tosh.0 is what makes you money.
Yeah,
like
for a while, he was hilarious.
This guy makes money.
Yeah,
And I got to thinking, man, it's like if I do this podcast and I do it for say the Joe Rogan 10 years and somebody offers me $50 million to put on a platform, which I'm nowhere near as good as Joe Rogan. I don't know that I ever will be as good as Joe Rogan, but he got that $100 million Spotify thing.
it's fat money.
It's
Goodbye YouTube.
like, it's amazing to me that what I took from the whole conversation, if you want to listen to it, it's on Leo Vaughn's this past weekend podcast. It's like you can try to impress as many people as you can your entire career, but you don't have any power over that.
Right.
So you might as well just do what you like doing, do what you love doing, and do what you appreciate doing.
That's totally evident when like nowadays, like something that goes viral. Mm-hmm. A lot of shit, you're just like, what?
Yeah.
Like, where did that come from? Or you just post it on a whim and somebody likes it.
It's just,
you know?
it's, I think the older you get, like when we were younger, we were so naive to think that if we just, this is going to sound so like degrading to people who think hard work gets you somewhere. I mean, it does, but hard work gets you in front of people that can make choices that can make you successful.
Sure. Well,
as opposed to if you work hard, you will get to. It's all about networking. I think the older that I've gotten, the more I've learned that if I know this person,
you got to know
this
somebody.
person talks to this person, this person agrees to meets me, likes me, and this person gets me a $30,000 deal with this company. You know what I mean? That's all it is.
Yeah, it is 100%. It's not, you could have the best credentials and you could have the greatest voice. Oh, it's the fantastic voice.
Yes.
But if you don't know nobody and you're just making videos out of your bedroom, the odds of that going viral is still slim to none. I mean,
well,
it happens, but it's just like you're playing roulette or chance.
Well, it's just like the two guys, I can't remember their names, the two guys that started this whole Spotify thing. Like, it wasn't Rogan that started the whole spot. They got paid a ridiculous amount of money for the whole Spotify thing. Like, there were these two guys that were YouTubers that started a podcast in, I think, December of 2019 that got paid like $200 million from Spotify. And that's what they're testing their video platform on. That's what they tested it on before they signed Rogan. And Rogan's like the big one. But it's like, and I watched, like, I was like, I gotta look at these guys to see what they had or what they did that could like pick up, that would get the attention of somebody like Spotify.
What I think is, and this has always been my thought with any podcast we've ever done, you need a name, just one time.
Yeah.
Because
just to be a part of it.
Just get those 20,000 views. Yeah. You need somebody that's going to get a mass crowd, because no matter how good it is, like you say, if you don't know somebody or nobody's listening, you can post it on every platform possible. But if nobody else reposts it or nobody hears it that matters, it doesn't matter. But you get somebody that is somebody that's going to guarantee you 30,000 views.
Yeah. It's I want to hear him talk.
Now that's going to take it for, okay, they come in for this show. Well, damn, I like him.
Yeah.
He's great. He's funny. I'm going to check it out next week, even though it's not going to have the same person, or it might not be another famous person, or another famous person or another big name sees that and goes, cool, that's a cool show. I want to get on that show too.
Yeah.
And then it opens the door to getting in those. And it's just, that's how you got to get those other people's fans.
Yeah.
To like it, I think.
Well, what's crazy is like anybody who's successful on like any platform like YouTube or podcast, say you have to put your head down. Me and Dutch talked about this the other day. You have to just put your head down and release content until enough people see it that they start sharing it. So like once you get like 10,000 followers, well, I'll use a YouTube example. Every YouTuber, if you ever listen to any interview, like Casey Neistat. You ever watch Casey Neistat?
No.
He's like a YouTube vlogger. He's really good, really entertaining. He said the hardest thing you could to ever do on YouTube is to get to 100,000 viewers.
I'm sure.
But once you get to 100,000 viewers,
it goes up from there because
like everybody's sharing it, everybody's talking about it, so you just put something out.
But to bypass that, you get somebody who has
and then they
that could cut off 2 years of having to do shit.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that sounds stupid, but it's a shortcut. I mean, not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's
a matter of
even if you have to pay somebody, it's like, it seems like, is it worth it?
Yeah.
For me to come out of pocket and pay this dude $1,000 to come have a conversation.
It's like that. Did you watch Dave?
Yeah,
Little Dickies.
I've seen episodes that are on Hulu, like 4, 5, and 6.
Yes, yeah. Did you see the episode where he paid the dude $30,000 to do a verse on his track?
Which song was it? Oh, damn!
Army helicopter.
There must be some rioting going on downtown.
Yeah.
Burn.
He's like, he pays, like, he runs into this guy that knows, like, this big time rapper, and he says, hey, I'm sorry if you haven't seen the show. If you haven't seen the show, watch the show. The show's amazing.
Funny, yeah.
And I'm so glad it's got a season 2. And the guy's like, yeah, well, he'll do it for $30,000. So he takes out his savings and pays him $30,000. And he's like, has trouble getting in. And then he finally gets in the studio when the guy's in the studio. And they're acting like, whatever, dude. Of course, what they do, or whatever. And then he freestyles. And the guy's like, what? And he puts him on Instagram. Or like his like live, and it like pops and stuff. And then he does a verse with him. And it's like, okay, So I guess like
but
that's the
you know?
example of what you're talking about. Yeah,
You can cut out years of just posting content.
it's just a matter of getting somebody that has a platform that can put you out there.
Somebody who's fat, and it could just be somebody that you might know that has 60,000 viewers.
Yeah,
maybe they're not at the 100,000 threshold, but still.
Yeah,
you know, because all someone has to post, check me out on this podcast Tuesday.
Yeah, and boom, you have 100,000 views or listens. Yeah. Dude, Joe Rogan podcast said he has on average monthly 190 million downloads.
That's not realistic to me.
Like, how does
that's an anomaly? It's just one of those things. Like
if you ever got
Kobe
to that,
Bryant and those things.
Yeah. If you
Jordan.
ever got to that point, do you think would you worry about your how your opinion affects the world? No.
I think I would be more empowered to just say what I wanted to say because the platform is so big.
Yeah.
And I think it's easy to get lost in that, and think I could just tell people to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
That could be scary.
Go buy my shit.
That could be scary. Yeah, for sure. But
how incredible of a human do you have to be to stay grounded with?
I don't think you have to be that incredible. I just think you have to be lucky because Alex Jones has a lot of viewers and he's a fucking lunatic.
Yes, true.
So he is insane. So I think
he just hits that other realm. And another thing is,
would you go there? Would you go? Let me ask you that question. Would you go? So a lot of even hosts now, they are opposite of what they present because what they present is entertainment.
Yeah,
right. Maybe
it's just they do what they need to do.
My show is liberal, but in real life I'm conservative. Right.
Yeah.
So could you do that? Could you pretend to be an Alex Jones style person and then go home and donate money to this party or this? You know,
I don't think so.
I think that would be tough, but I think it's possible.
I think it's possible, but
I think that happens a lot. I think people decide, okay, for the money and on camera I'll be this, but I think I can reconcile this.
I think it definitely happens
good stuff on the back end. For money, could you do that?
I don't know because I feel like you're walking such a thin line that if once one thing
like
falls
a real
out,
version of you comes out, you're like, oh
yeah, you're like, oh shit. Like the second that you drink a little bit too much at a party, and you say one thing, and people are like, hold on, what? It's all gone. Like it's all like, and then you become like we were talking about the Lance Armstrong that you lied to us.
Yeah,
like you did it just for money, and you have no argument towards that.
I think it's tough.
I feel like it's so much easier if you're lucky enough or you have the ability to be yourself on camera. That way, whenever people meet you, like eventually that will find more success.
I thought about it too. I thought, man, if I could just pretend to be this like super Southern Mexican and go on Fox News and talk all this stuff and be like Mexicans for Trump just for fun.
Yeah,
I bet it would work. Like, oh, look at this guy's color.
What's great? Yeah,
let's go.
I don't know. I think it's especially right now the way our world is. It's I don't know.
Go
like
backwards to the old times.
You're like it's like with all the rioting and the Black Lives Matter stuff and this and that. You have so many. It's weird to me because I was like as a white male, middle-aged male in America, the classified enemy of the Black Lives Matter movement, unless you say something online about it. And I said I want to. It's not a point of not wanting to pick sides because I know what side I'm on.
Right is right and wrong is wrong.
Yeah, and anybody with any general moral compass knows that the cop was in the wrong.
Right.
And I am fully aware there is police brutality and there's police favor arresting and beating like African American or blacks.
But it's gotten
in society.
It's gotten to a bad point though.
Yes, and I know it's been, and I've always like
just within the year though. You think about the stuff you see on TV. Like you got the lady just 2 weeks ago, the lady whose house got busted into.
Yeah,
the wrong house and got killed.
Yeah.
You have the one guy who's in his house watching TV, eating cereal. The girl thinks it's the wrong home.
Yeah.
Black guy.
Yeah.
White cop shoots her.
Yeah.
Shoots him. He's dead. Nobody did. You have the guy that was running in Georgia.
Yeah. The two guys
shot. Ran down.
And it's a matter of like it's
gotta be scary though. Like to be.
Oh
black,
God,
right?
yeah, dude. I agree 100%, and that's why
I'm not even. I'm not I'm a person of color, but I'm not, black.
Yeah.
And it's still scary. It just makes me wonder about different things,
Oh, I couldn't. I feel every day for people that wake up scared for their life,
Right.
like on American soil.
Yeah.
If like I feel for that on American soil. I feel for people that live in war zones who have to go through that. But the thing with the racism and everything that's going on in America is like that shit we need to do away with.
It is, and you figured you would be.
And the only thing that I can come up with that when I have this discussion with my friends that are black is like what we have to do is we have to understand that we have no tolerance for anybody that presents that mindset.
Well, you have to be like they talked about. You can't. There's not an in between. You're either racist or anti-racist.
Yes.
You have to be anti-racist.
Yes.
And that means if you're hanging, and this is a common thing. You're hanging out with somebody who is maybe you and me are the same.
Yeah.
Right. You say something, but there's nobody else around. 9 times out of 10, the other person's not going to go, bro, don't say that.
Yeah.
And that's where it needs to be at.
Like,
though.
yes.
Like it has to be a stopping point. Like
you have to whenever it comes up or you're presented with someone making a racist remark.
Yeah.
Making a derogatory, calling someone a derogatory name
because as long
behind
as
their back, in front of their face, no matter what,
right.
You have to call them out.
You have to because as long as it's okay behind your back,
yes,
it's always like, well, we'll talk about it later.
And that's where, because once again, it's not saying woe is me, but it's hard it's not hard is not the right word. It's difficult to find a way to effectively fight this.
Right.
As a middle-aged white male in America, when I see it, I read about it, I feel for these people. I put out on social media like what I wanted to say,
right.
Not getting too deep, like just putting a general statement. Like,
but you have to be able to call out the people.
You. Yes, but that's the core, like.
I've unfriended people
this
week. Like I've unfriended people this week. Like that's where I'm at.
I agree.
And it's to the point where like example, right? Mm-hmm. So Facebook is fun. It's a good time. I could post a picture of me, my kids, my family, get 100 likes, whatever.
Yeah. And it's just people like, oh look, Joel's kids have a looking or getting big.
I post a video that is pro Black Lives Movement going on. 1 like.
Yeah.
1 like. I have 1,200 friends, 1,400 friends.
Yeah.
I post a picture of my ass. I'll get 200 likes.
And people like laugh emojis and all this.
It's enough to get attention. Yeah. I post something serious and real that is affecting people's lives. I got 1 like.
Yeah.
And that blew me away. I was just like, wow, this is insane.
It's because people are scared to stand up.
Well, that's if some people are scared.
It's people are scared, and that's the way it does not need to be.
Yeah,
it needs to be. Yeah, it needs to be the same. The same. I'm trying to think of some kind of example I can give. Like white people wanting to stand with the Black Lives Movement and like save Black lives and stand with these people that are protesting.
People need to understand that just because you're pro Black Lives Movement, that you're not anti-police. Like that somehow if you're pro Black Lives, you're anti-police, which is not all a true statement.
I think
I love the police. You know what I mean? Yeah. Do I think some people make bad decisions?
If I have a bad interaction with a black person, I don't think that all black people are like that bad interaction. I don't even think that person might not be like this black individual that I had this bad interaction with. It doesn't is like that. It's just we might have had an issue.
But here's the hard part though. The reason I think it's so hard for a black person not to be mad at all cops is because where an issue is an argument, in this instance it's alive. So
yes.
You get 1 chance. You know what I mean? Like and if you kill me, I can't just come back and be like, oh man, I made a mistake.
Well, it's
a tough situation. So
even people that I can't say. I know how I feel now. I can't say how I felt years and years ago when like it first started being brought up in the media of like a white cop killing a black person. Like I might have been like, well, this might have been a one-time thing, like making excuses because that's what we do. Like I don't want to believe that there's still fucking people that are this stupid and naive and have this mindset in this world. I've been like around black people my entire life. I have a lot of my friends are of color, and I love them all. I get along with them all.
But
I've never
systemic
had
is
that.
The problem is it's systemic. So in that instance, like just by TV, like everything, the bad guy's a black guy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's real life.
It's the way media is portraying it.
Right.
But media has also brought light to this problem.
Like think about this. Well, every time we pull over somebody, like I just walk up and search this guy. Well, he has drugs. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna guarantee you that if you search anybody, 5 out of 10 people are gonna have something on that. And
definitely.
That is the world we live. So if you're just doing it to black people, 5 out of 10 black people are gonna have some. And if you're not doing it to white people, the statistics aren't gonna be there.
Exactly.
And so you're gonna find stuff when you look for it.
Yeah. It's just
but you gotta look for if you're gonna look for it, you gotta look for it in your pocket.
Yeah, and everybody.
Pocket.
Yeah.
You can't just
you have to eliminate the fact that the races are different.
Right. Well, you're creating differences.
Yeah.
Like naturally, if everybody we check or 90% of the people we check are of color, and 5 out of 10, we're finding
then the
races,
stats are gonna.
You're never gonna know. Yeah. So of course it's always gonna be people of color are 10 times more likely to have this in their pocket. Well, how do you know? Well, based on arrest warrants. Well, do you do the same thing?
Yeah.
No. The stop and frisk thing was bad, and it's kind of you stop it, but once it's there,
well, it's the same thing that's happening. Like I don't want to compare something of this nature to the same thing that's happening with like with the government and stay-at-home orders.
Yeah.
It's like you're giving people more power. Maybe we've given the police forces too much power.
There's crazy videos right now. Like the CNN reporter getting arrested live on
Dude,
news.
it's insane.
That's insane.
And the thing, you watch it, and it's almost like watching not someone you know, but when you have someone that, I'm trying to think of how to explain this, someone that embarrasses you, that you have no power over that. And you watch it, and I can only speak from my perspective. Like I watch it and I'm like what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like what are you like what how fucked up is your brain to think that what you're doing is right?
Well, it's it's a thought. It's just normal.
It's like and that's blows my mind.
Because that's where the rage comes from, and that's where where people say, "Well, don't destroy your own stuff, don't do that." And I get that, okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah. But this is not the time. Like we said, there's video cameras everywhere. You can't just walk in the streets holding hands. It doesn't work anymore. No, you couldn't take a knee on
football field,
but now it's like, well, calm down. Well, they were. It was a calm attempt. And it's like, sorry, and that's not fair. It's like, yeah, they're doing wrong things, but dude, they have your attention.
Yeah, it's like they have to go to the extreme to get your attention.
Right, and everything, when you think about it, the true point of what's more important, goods or life? And that's a real statement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dude, like destroy my car, just don't kill my son. You know what I mean? It's that same concept. Like that's just all replaceable.
Yeah, yeah.
So in that aspect of, should people be rioting? Probably not. But do I get it? And do I stand with whatever the decision is?
Yeah.
Possibly. I mean, probably. And that's where it is. It's like, I'm a person of color, but I'm not black.
Yeah.
So it's different for me.
Yeah.
But I stand with anybody who would ask me to stand there. And I stand with what's right. And what's right is they're being persecuted at a different rate.
Yes.
And they're being persecuted in a different way.
There's abuse that's happening to their race.
They're prejudged.
Evident. It's so obvious.
Yeah. And that's what's so bad.
Out there that
but
something
it's so
has to be done.
Easy to look past.
Yes. It's easy to look past when you're sitting at home.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect you personally, so no big deal.
Yeah.
Like the COVID thing.
It's just like war.
Well, like COVID, if you thought it was fake, not just saying you, but some people do, and whatever, it's your choice.
Yeah.
If you thought it was fake and then your grandma got it, you cannot sit there and say that it's fake now.
Yeah.
So your reality is different. You know what I mean? So it's like, until it really affects you.
Yeah, it's just it's something you see on TV. Yes. Yeah.
Like a racist who's saved by a black person, or a person of color. Mm-hmm. What do you do at that point? Do you continue to be racist if you're in a bad wreck and maybe you're a white supremacist, right? Yeah. And you're in a wreck and the EMT that saves you is of color.
Yeah.
Does that change the way you feel?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because now it's like
you wouldn't be here.
Right. So it's like all these different.
God, it's amazing to me And it's
But the
amazing
fact
to me that there's
that it has to go somewhere like that. It has to be a life or death situation.
Yeah.
Or something that is so dramatic that, oh, wow, I now see. But when really, like they say, if you cut me open and I cut you open, the same liver, same body parts, same heart, same stuff. You can take my organs and put them in your body.
Yes.
And they'll function if we're compatible.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with whether I'm black, brown, or white. You know what I mean? So it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
It's crazy.
You know, like we understand it when it comes to animals. Oh, dogs are all dogs, but they're different breeds.
Yeah.
But somehow humans aren't all humans. We're just different. You know, like everybody's different, got a different coat.
Yeah.
You know, but
It's just how
tough times.
Yeah, how systematic thought processes from years ago based on.
Well, they're still profitable. So as long as they're profitable, they're never going to you're never going to see people distance themselves completely as long as they somehow benefit the cause that I'm fighting for.
True.
Right?
Yeah,
so,
that's a good point.
You know, Trump will talk down upon what happened, but at the same time, say something that will also affect the other side and say, okay, well, he's still
that will quietly empower.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. It's like, God, it's a tough situation.
It's just, I think it's the first.
I'm not bashing the president.
I've seen.
Like that. I'm just saying, like that's the shit that we're doing.
It's the
like,
truth.
That's what's happening.
But it's the first time that I don't want to sound like I'm overstepping here. This is the first time, like, legitimately, I've always felt for it. I've always fought for, like, Black Lives Matter and like how I believe racism is wrong and how shitty I think it is. But it's the closest that I feel like right now where I am is just the closest I could be to that scenario without being able to like have to deal with it. Right. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's just a tough situation.
I didn't say that as well as I wanted to.
It's a tough situation.
But yeah, it's,
you know, like I'm not.
And what's crazy is
I'm not the rioting type.
Yeah.
But like I say,
but you get it.
You know what I mean, like, and so I'm not like, stop what you're doing, like, you know.
Shit's
scary, and I don't want. I mean,
it is, and anybody who says they shouldn't write, like they asked us to wear mask.
Yeah.
For a month.
I'm gonna go to this
and
state
people
hall
with guns go with a state hall because they have to wear a mask and they want to get their fucking hair cut.
But that's okay.
Like, come on. And you're the same. Yeah, you do the same thing. And I guarantee you, anybody of any race in this same situation, if it got to the point that it's gotten to, with like black people in America, you're gonna do the exact same thing. You're gonna do whatever you have to do for your voice to be heard and to get the attention of the people that you need to get the attention of.
And see, and like those people that sit there and say that, oh, we're not racist. It's we want our constitutional rights, right? The guns and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay, well, stand with these same people that want their constitutional
exactly.
rights. Like, you want to change the narrative and what people think.
Yeah.
Have the same people out there that were out there last week and you know, like in the courthouse fighting for the same constitutional right. That's a different, it's a different amendment or a different article. But it's the same concept.
It's the same,
right?
Same concept.
So show solidarity.
Did you see Killer Mike's speech?
Yeah. Oh my legit, man.
Yeah.
Tough times. I mean,
it is. It sucks.
Yeah.
And anything I can do, at like where I am in life, anything I can do to help the cause, I'm there. It's fucking It's just like, God. I guess I don't know.
What's tough too is like, you know, when it comes to you know, when I'm on Facebook and stuff, I see you see people differently. Like, okay, so on the day that all this started, I felt like I shouldn't post stuff about what I'm thinking. Like, I shouldn't post like
it's a battle.
Like, well, I mean, I shouldn't post like had a great burger today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's something you should respect the moment.
Yeah,
right. You know, like,
I'm with you on that.
If I'm posting something, it's going to be in solidarity or in support of whatever I believe. You know, like. Not just post my measly old bullshit. Yeah, like look at the face and the strawberry.
Because it can be taken as you're just looking over this stuff.
And that's the thing. And that's the fear. And I think it's maturity to be cognizant of stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't think everybody thinks like that. And I think that's where it's like, you know, it's tough. I mean,
but then you want to voice your opinion on the matter, but you want to say what you mean.
Right.
That's what's so hard is because it's like it's legitimately like talking to someone who just lost someone, lost someone very close to them. It's you.
And when people are
that's
angry,
how I generalize it is you want to say something to them to try to comfort them, comfort them, B, let them know that you're with them.
Right.
But how, like, you're scared that if you don't, not scared that it'll be taken the wrong way, just scared that if you don't say it with the way you want, the way it is in your body, like in your heart,
right,
that it can get it can get lost in translation. It won't have the impact that you want it to have with people.
So I think the best point in that area is like being, on the opposite end here.
Yeah.
The smart thing is to just support the people that ask for it. You know what I mean? Like, because it is walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
And all it takes is one wrong word and you're misconstrued and now you're screwed. You know what I mean? Like, it rhymed. Take that.
But you know
what I mean? Like, so in that instance, sometimes I look to the people that I know that are of, I'm of color, but I'm not of that same color. So it's different for me. But I support those that need it. And I think that's the best thing you can do when you don't know what to say.
Just love each other.
Just be there, and just be like, I get it.
Support, love each other, fight with them.
Yeah.
That's all you can do, right?
It is.
Yeah, let's see. Got about 5 minutes. You want to throw anything else on here?
Oh, man.
That was deep. We started with like sperm clinics.
Well, the question was, were we going to go there? And that was the whole thought in my mind was, will we go there? And I'm always open to it.
Oh, yeah. And it's like, I like having these conversations, and it's, yeah, I mean, it's in the conversations you have to go through what you're going to say, especially in my position. Go through what you're going to say. Go through it again before it comes out of your mouth.
You know how, in high school when you think someone's going to fight you, and you're like in the mirror, you're like, "What'd you say?"
Yeah.
No. Say it again. I'm going to punch you in the face. Nope. You know what I'm talking about? You're mentally going. You're mentally going
through it to say, okay, I want, and it's not because I'm scared.
But then when it's time to say it, it never comes out the way you practice.
Never.
You're like, say what to dance for.
Yeah, whoa. and it's not because I think somebody might misconstrue it and say that
it has to be the right
on the wrong side.
Dude, timing's everything in a moment like this.
And I feel like it's when you have a platform, and no matter, I don't care if you have a platform for 3 million people, if you have a platform for 3 people, those 3 people are interested in what you have to say.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's something that you need to talk about, and I like the aspect of it being from a perspective of like a white person and
I think it's fun?
Hispanic person.
I'll tell you what would be fun, and I'm down with it 100%. I'll be your liberal guest or whatever you do. You get one of each, and have a conversation about the same situation.
Like somebody who's
sees it differently. Somebody who believes this or believes that, and in a respectful way, of course.
Yeah.
So that means you got to find the right person. But because
you're talking about like have
3 guests.
Like also have 2. Do it at the same time.
Yeah,
and just be like the mediator.
It's a
the mediator of the conversation.
Correct.
Okay,
and I think that's not a bad plan.
No, it's not.
Because if you believe wholeheartedly in what you believe, then you should be able to present whatever you want to present in a way that it's understandable. Yeah, you don't have to believe it. And not be disrespectful.
Not in a debate format. Just in a conversation. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, so why do you think this way? Why do you think this way?
And then if you say you think something, and I'll tell you why I think differently, or vice versa, or you say what you
Me and you have had those conversations on podcasts.
I agree
before.
But I think breaking barriers, because you never know.
Yeah.
It could go one. It could be where I leave the conversation like, man, Trump's not that bad.
Yeah.
Which.
Good luck.
Hang me,
Yeah.
If I get that point, I lost my brown card.
Yeah.
Hey, if you don't vote for Biden, you're not black. So it's simple as that. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, is anybody like to lighten up the mood a little bit? I feel like the debates
I'm ready.
Dude, the debates that are.
God, I just hope be
2 things. The debates that are coming forward are going to be some of the most entertaining debates we've ever seen in our lives.
They need to put like helium voice on them, because those what you say, and neither of them are going to be on topic.
No, not at all. And number 2 is Saturday Night Live better have bigger numbers than they've had in the past 10 years.
It is. We are set up for a battle of the idiots.
Oh my God.
1 + 1 is 4. It's not. Like it's 5.
Oh my God. It's like, and the fact of the matter of. It's already embarrassing for the world to look at what's going on, even though places in the world are dealing with something similar to like oppression and like abuse, racial abuse and stuff like that.
But everybody's watching.
But yeah, like so now this is how we're being represented to the world.
We're center stage.
And we're setting up to go into a debate with two like absolute morons.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
That are going out for the presidency. It's just like,
time.
Come on, man.
You know, I got to say what I got to say. And I stand against one moron more than the other.
Yeah.
Just because I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of this shit.
Dude, it's...
So anything's better than what like... And I don't mean like where we are economically or where we are like that. I'm talking about the way we treat people.
Yeah.
And the actions that we're taking against people.
Yeah.
And the things that are said. Like, that's why we're a joke. I mean, you can't have a moment of, I feel for the family. Well, the reason these things are going bad is because the guy before me was trash.
Yeah, like, it's always a blame game. Yeah. It's a blame game.
And I'm over it. And if it was less than that, I would have less of a problem. But that's the thing. People act like we hate to hate. I don't hate to hate. I respect the office, right?
Yeah.
So I don't hate somebody because you're different than me. I hate because of the things that you do that are counter to the things that I agree with or that I believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you start
it's
doing
like
things
when you like, do I agree with everything Obama did? No.
Sure. Why not?
But I feel like if you want to compare,
here, though. I don't agree with it either.
If you want to compare, like the general public will compare Obama to
it's decency, though.
Obama to Trump. Yeah. Obama, in my opinion, Obama was he was 10 times
of a leader, a better leader.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
But people reflect
his presentation,
right?
his presentation was 10 times better.
Yeah.
His ability to care about everyone was better.
And that's how it has to be presented. And people will, like I say, whoever you believe in, like if you have a team, a football team, and the coach is just constantly, we lose because the refs, those refs, they cheat us every day.
That's a good analogy.
They cheat us all the time.
Yeah.
Every person on that team is going to think we're so good,
but the refs hate us.
We lose because the refs hate us.
Yeah.
It's not realistic, but how you act, leadership reflects, like how people act that you're in charge of, and that's what we're at.
That's a very good point.
He was a lot more classy, and the love life was classy.
Yeah.
The marriage.
Yeah.
The Obama and his wife was classy. Yeah. We have somebody who had 5 marriages.
Do you think that Trump won the election? I know we're going back to the old election. Trump won the election because the people that did not agree with Obama wanted the absolute opposite.
I just think they chose the wrong candidate.
I think they led with hate as opposed to knowledge.
And it should have been policy driven.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you what, he's a master of the mouth.
Oh yeah.
So
there's a reason that he was able to get to the level that he got to.
He's a joke to everybody until he starts beating everybody. And that was the thing. Like every politician up there's like, he had a good night. Fuck this dude.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I'm going to dominate him. In the polls, I'm going to dominate.
Yeah.
And he showed at first. But then people are like, it's entertaining.
Yeah.
This is funny.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, whether you want to say so or not, nobody thought that this shit would make it all the way to the White House.
No, absolutely
Nobody
not.
thought that. You might say, I was been for him the whole time.
Yeah.
That night, I guarantee you.
You thought
like,
Hillary was winning.
What?
Yeah.
We won? I mean,
they're like how, like everybody's mind was like, how did this dude do it?
Yeah.
Like, how did this happen?
He captured what needed to be captured at the moment.
He did what he's done in business, what he's done in television, what he's done, what he does, what he's a professional at is presenting you with what you wanting to
he's
hear.
He's an entertainer. He's an actor.
Oh yeah.
And I get it. So I just wish that
I
just wish he listened to people that were smarter than him.
Yes.
Like I could handle the bullshit. But if his decisions were smart, like based on science or based on policy or based on...
Well, do you think it would have been better if he had been like George W., where he surrounded himself with...
I hated George W. at the moment, but I like him so much as a person now.
Yes.
Like, he's hilarious. Like,
well, I think
he's kind.
Have you ever seen...
the W movie was great.
Well, is it called... I want to say it's called Dick, but it's not.
No, that's the Cheney movie.
Cheney. Have you seen that movie?
Cheney's fucking crazy. He was crazy. Hijacked the whole house right
dude,
there.
yeah. That's what I think.
Deceptive.
Yeah.
Very his own.
If that movie is true. I mean, I don't know how much
W was good. Did you watch that?
Yes.
I thought it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And you start to think like, man.
He's just a good Southern boy.
I think he was smart and dumb at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
He's not the most well-spoken person.
Mm-hmm.
But when you think about it, comparatively,
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Compared to right now.
And now he just,
Brilliant.
yeah. Now everybody be like, I take W in a heartbeat.
Because if Obama and them are all, like every president's friends except for Trump. Trump's the bully on the outside. Like,
Yeah.
He cheated. I'm
Trump-
not saying he's cheated. That's the wrong word. But it's like in school, somehow the mean kid became president.
Yeah.
And all the representatives were like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, I'm the boss.
Yeah. I'm the boss. I tell you what to do.
Right. And it's just,
Blah,
it's
blah,
just
blah,
so
blah.
weird. God. It's just so weird. And like, opportunity, potential, it all, you have high hopes, or you like we talked about this before. Like at the beginning, we're like, you know what?
Let's
I
see what
hope for
happens.
the best.
Yeah. We'll see
I
what
hope
happens.
for the best. Never. And you can quote me, and you can look on any social media platform. You can listen to anything we've ever talked about.
Yeah.
Never have I went into this thing like I hate him because I hate him. Never.
Yeah.
Or just fuck this dude.
You've been
Never.
like, let's see what happens.
None of us.
Yeah.
So my opinions are based solely on what I see.
What
the economy
happened,
was
what
great.
has
I'm not dissing that.
Yeah.
I'm not dissing that. That's not all
Yeah.
what I'm saying. But representation, backing out of who, creating the Space fucking Force, which is going to be a great TV show.
Yeah.
You know that show's coming out, Steve Carell on Netflix.
Oh,
Space
really?
Force, yeah. He's like this commander, and he gets put into this spot, and he's like, "You're the captain. You're the leader of this new."
Yeah. Yeah.
The
This
Space
new
Force.
Space Force. Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
It's real.
Speaking of, this is how we're going to end this. Did you watch the launch yesterday?
Yeah,
Dude,
it was cool. I thought it was neat.
dope.
It was like the spacesuits are way different.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
It was like the future. It was.
It was, but why are we still sitting on top of a rocket? Why are we not in some fucking real ship that just goes? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
like why
But
are we
it's
still
like-
on a rocket? Do we not have the ability to enter orbit in some kind of
Like
vehicle
George-
that takes
like
off from
Jetson
the ground, like
car?
something? Like
I don't know.
we're still getting to the moon or to space the same way we got to space in 1960.
That's true.
Attached to a rocket.
I never thought about it like that. I know that when that thing took off, like I
It
felt
was
like
really
I was
fun. It
holding
really
my
cool.
breath.
Yeah, I was too. I was like, God, don't let nothing happen.
But
It didn't look like those guys were having any G-force. Like
No,
they're at
not
like
at all.
19,000 miles an hour or kilometers an hour. I'm like,
then-
holy shit!
and
And,
there's
and the
like-
dude's hand goes
yeah.
holding onto the little finger holders. But it was really cool to see. And
It
they
was.
docked today a little bit. They're on
Did,
the
oh,
space
they
station
did
now.
they?
Yeah.
I know they. I assume they had like a live stream of
was
them
cool.
all the time.
We watched it on Discovery
Going.
Channel.
Did you?
Yeah, it
I
was
watched-
like being
I
back
missed
in
it
the day.
live, but I watched like 30 minutes after it happened. I watched the Facebook Live feed.
We'll finish. You want to talk about this at the end. Here's what I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, I never would have guessed that we wouldn't be on Mars, that we wouldn't have the ability to get to space without a freaking rocket.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I never thought that we'd
Yeah.
do this. We'd still be doing.
We'd
the
still
same
be
thing.
we'd still be here.
Like I thought.
Now, do you
Yes.
think Elon Musk is going to be the one that changes all that?
I don't know. I mean, you saw that thing re-land. So
Yeah.
it shot up.
Oh,
and it came back down and landed. Yep, it was a drone boat.
Drone boat.
A drone
yeah.
boat.
That read where it was,
Yeah.
right?
And
yeah,
it
that was
landed
insane.
softly on there. Like,
Insane.
So that's cool. But
That's the coolest thing we took out of that.
but holy shit, man! To be going up to space still in 2020
Yeah.
via rocket, I'm baffled. I mean, I used to read popular science because I thought this is so cool because this is the future. Hell to the no.
Hell to the no.
Technology
Cars look
said,
the same.
yeah, right.
Cars look the same.
Yep.
Now there's a Tesla that's electric and it can go like 0 to 100 in like 2 seconds.
The only thing that our technology has improved is cell phones. And that's
Yeah.
that's all. Let's focus solely on this.
So we're gonna make cell phones where you can do whatever you want to.
I mean, we have a 3D DS. That's kind of cool.
yeah.
But here we are still.
Shooting rockets to
Gas-powered
shooting
cars.
rockets to space with a rocket.
A man on the
shooting
rocket, yeah.
People on to space with a rocket.
Unbelievable.
All right, dude. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
We won't shake hands. We'll just fist bump.
Yes.
All right, bud.
Look at the social distancing right here. Perfect.
Thank you for listening to the Chewsday Special Podcast. Find all of our old episodes at ChewsdaySpecials.com.
That's ChewsdaySpecial.com.
We're out here.
All right. Thank you.
See ya.